I were to scroll back far enough, I'll see a version of me that shared so much of my life online. The milestones, the little stories, even the funny things my kids said, and the ordinary rhythms of our week. I wasn't posting for strangers. I was posting for friends, for family, for the people I cared about. And in those early years of motherhood, sharing felt like a connection. It felt like saying, "See us, we're here, this is our life now." It made the long days feel witnessed and the small things feel meaningful. But over time, something quietly shifted in me. I started noticing a tension in my heart whenever I posted something precious. Moments that used to feel like mine began to feel like they belonged to the feed instead. I wasn't performing, but I was observing my life through an invisible audience. And that slowly changed my relationship with motherhood. I didn't want my children's memories to become content. I didn't want their stories to belong to an algorithm. I didn't want every sweet, tender moment to be translated into something consumable. And if I'm honest, part of the shift was simply awareness. Awareness of how much the internet takes without asking. Awareness of how easy it is to overshare when you're lonely. Awareness of how normal it feels to document instead of digest. And then there was the safety piece. The one no one really talks about until they become a mother. The reality that the internet doesn't just hold your memories. It holds your children's faces, their routines, their bedrooms, their faces, their names, and sometimes people with bad intentions are watching too. I don't parent from fear, but I don't parent naively either. There are online predators. There is data scraping. There is digital permanence. And children cannot consent to the digital footprint we gave them. So I began to pull back. Not dramatically, not suddenly, just slowly, intentionally, and quietly. At first, it felt uncomfortable because social media can make you believe that if you don't post it, it doesn't count. But motherhood is not less real because it isn't documented. Memories don't need validation to matter. And the things that only my family sees are often the most sacred. Scripture calls this living hidden with Christ. Not in the sense of isolation, but in the sense of being rooted in what is unseen and eternal. It reminded me that the best parts of my life don't need to be broadcast to be meaningful. They can be just ours. Now when I do share, it's not out of habit, it's out of stewardship. I ask myself, does this honor my children? Does this respect their future privacy? Does this belong to the world or to our family? doesn't mean I disappeared from social media. It doesn't mean I judge anyone who shares. And it certainly doesn't mean I regret my old posts. It simply means I see things differently now. My children deserve to grow up without a digital audience. They deserve to tell their own stories one day. They deserve a childhood that isn't tracked, archived, and analyzed by people. And I deserve to mother without an audience, to laugh without recording, to hold without documenting, to live without turning everything into a post. Life feels quieter now, simpler, more private in the best way possible. And there's a kind of joy in knowing that some things will only live in our memories and not in someone's screen. So, if you're a mother who feels that same quiet tug, that urge to protect, to preserve, to pull back just a little, you're not alone. You don't have to delete those accounts. You don't have to justify your choices. You just have to decide what belongs to the world and what belongs to your home. And that choice is a form of love. I'll see you in the next reflection.